that's it for the day. Let's clean up and get out of here.
You know, I don't mind cleaning up, but sometimes it seems like all we do is clean, clean, clean. And then we still have to sanitize. What a waste of time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But there's probably a good reason for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't make us do it.
Everything looks good, guys. Let's go home.
Hey, Larry, I was wondering, how come it seems that all we do around here is clean, clean, and then clean again? We hardly have time to sell chicken with all the cleaning and sanitizing we do.
Well, Gary, there's a good reason for that.
Seems like I've heard that somewhere before.
Follow me and I'll show you what I mean. You already know that we have to keep the store looking good for the customers, but there's a special reason why we have to have a clean and sanitary store. Bacteria.
Bacteria? But the store is spotless.
You might not see them, but they're there. Everywhere you look, there's bacteria. In the kitchen, inside the cooler, in the dining area, in the restrooms, on our raw chicken and other foods, and even on you and me. Bacteria breed practically everywhere.
You mean there are bacteria on me right now?
That's right. Bacteria are especially prevalent on humans and raw chicken. We don't have to worry about all bacteria. Some of them are even useful. But we have to watch out for bacteria that can spoil our chicken or possibly make our customers sick.
What kind of bacteria do we have to worry about?
Our biggest nuisance is the Salmonella bacteria. Here's a picture of what they look like under a microscope. Salmonella grows on raw chicken. Too many of these can cause the chicken to spoil or cause fever, vomiting, and chills in people. These are Clostridium Perfringens. Now, they like to grow on chicken, too, especially old chicken. They can cause a person to get cramps and dysentery. Chicken isn't the only breeding ground for bacteria. This Shigella bacteria likes moist foods, like our salads, and can cause them to spoil and taste bad. People also carry these two bacteria, Staph Bacteria on the left and Strep Bacteria on the right. They breed in our respiratory and intestinal systems, as well as on open cuts and sores. Too many of these fellas, and it could mean a trip to the hospital for someone. That's why I won't let you work if you're sick.
Wow, these bacteria really sound serious.
Well, they are when they're left unchecked. Under normal conditions, bacteria will double every 20 minutes to an hour at room temperature. And the higher the temperature, the faster they multiply. 1 square inch can accommodate 500 million Salmonella bacteria. And like I said, the greater the amount of bacteria, the more chance of them harming our customers, ourselves, our chicken, and our reputation.
All right, you've told me how they grow on people and food, but how do they get on walls and floors and everywhere else?
That happens when something that is contaminated comes into contact with something that isn't. Now, this is called cross-contamination. For example, chances are raw chicken will have Salmonella bacteria on it. Now, anything that comes in contact with this chicken, such as your hands or the sink top underneath the chicken, becomes contaminated. If you didn't wash your hands or clean and sanitize that surface right away, they would become breeding grounds for bacteria. If that happened, everything you touch or that comes in contact with that surface will become contaminated. The bacteria continues to grow, and another might touch the same contaminated surface. If any of our packers pick up the contamination, they could pass it along to our customers. Now, this doesn't happen often, but it would if we didn't handle chicken properly or clean and sanitize as we go. When it does happen, it's always serious.
If there are so many bacteria on raw chicken, how can we sell it to our customers without making them sick?
Well, first, we make sure the chicken is stored properly to prevent cross-contamination and kept at 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Then cook the chicken as soon as possible, because cooking will destroy the few bacteria that have already grown. So as long as we handle chicken properly, wash our hands after handling raw chicken or using the restroom, and clean and sanitize everything that comes in contact with our product, we'll have nothing to worry about.
Well, I think you've convinced me. From now on, you can bet I'm not going to complain about cleaning up. The more bacteria I help get rid of, the better I'll feel.
That sounds good. You know, I think I'll start you on the Star System Sanitation series tomorrow.
Super.
Hey, by the way, who do you think will take the pennant this year?
I don't know. It depends on how their pitching works.
Now go to your study guide for the next step in your training.